Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Best of Success podcast show. I am Chris Gray, the editor of Roofing Contractor and also editor of Roofing Supply Pro. And as always, we are just so excited and so happy to have Anna Anderson, CEO of Art Unlimited, with us today. So, Anna, thank you for joining us.
Always a pleasure, and I am so excited, Chris. You and I get to do this show together.
I know, Jill gets all the fun, so I had to jump in at least at some point, right?
Well, I said, you know what, back off, Jill. Chris and I, we need a show together, so this is awesome.
That's right. Well, thank you again for joining us and appreciate it. We were talking a little bit about marketing, as we do with you, and you had mentioned about the uniqueness, or rather the lack thereof, in marketing and the importance of showing your company's culture and your company's distinct culture and uniqueness. I don't know if you could talk about that.
So obviously we're at the International Roofing Expo here, and one of the unique components is we get to connect with some of those amazing individuals within the industry at large. And those are in-person meetings. And these individuals have dynamic personalities, they have charisma, and you get excited, right? You walk away from this event and you're like, yeah, we can take on the world. And I was having a meeting yesterday with a national company, and one of the leadership individuals was sharing his passion for their company. And it struck me, the authenticity within him. And we were talking about his vision and where he wanted to take the company, and he said, Anna, what needs to change with our marketing? And I said, there's so many different nuances. There's high-level strategies and implementation techniques that we could talk about. But I said, for you, what do you need to take away? I said, you just shared with me this passion. You shared with me where you want to take the company. And I said, I'm honored to hear that. But what is lacking from your marketing that you can impact is the authenticity, the uniqueness of your company. And that goes beyond just the services that you offer. And I think this is the takeaway that everybody watching this or listening to this session can have, is how authentic are you within your marketing? And we were talking about the many different ways that impacts your marketing strategies.
Excellent. And I'm sure it's tricky to balance that. You want to get all your services out there and show that you're the professional, but you also don't want to maybe stray too far into the personal. How can companies balance that and get that message out? Yeah,
so some elements to consider is what makes the service you offer unique. Take anywhere from 3 to 5 unique components for that service. Highlight it. Make sure that those unique components are disseminated through all of your marketing collateral, not only in your digital environment, but also your traditional environment. We just revamped an entire sales collateral campaign for a company, because what did they realize? That they weren't authentic, and they didn't showcase the unique components of them in their sales collateral. So we said, okay, you're a roofing company, and you do other exterior services, but we need to drill in on why you are different. And so as you look at not only your sales collateral, how can you include your core values? How can you include the unique components of your business? But then people like connecting with people. So are you showcasing the talent and the people that make you unique? And that's a tricky situation, because you might not have those same people for a long period of time. So managing that, understanding how to highlight the people, but yet make sure you're reflecting the overarching authenticity of the company. It is a balance, but I think those are the nuggets that separate the corporate look from the company that has great employee and culture retention, and they have high retention of customers. They don't turn and burn on both of those levels. Keep your marketing authentic. And then when you drill in and you have those pieces in place, you can talk about drip campaigns, you can talk about advanced social strategy, you can do paid advertising, roll out a massive traditional marketing strategy Or maybe as one of our a few of our accounts, they do high-end sports contracts and have huge agreements. But first, they've got to be authentic.
Excellent. All great information, all great strategies, and I don't want you to give away too much of the secret sauce of what you do, but is there anything in particular that someone listening to this could take after they listen, come back home and to their business and say, oh, hey, this is something maybe we can look at doing or changing compared to what we are currently doing?
Yeah, so make sure your core values are included within all of your key marketing collateral. People like to have questions answered. So if you have frequently asked questions that customers are asking, make sure you're transparent about that. Put the questions and answers in video form or written form, and that can go on across a multitude of different platforms. And then just start asking questions internally about what makes you different. Write that down and start looking at your marketing as if you've never seen it before. You're going to start making some changes, and that will impact everything. You'll have better traction, better conversion, better retention. It's really amazing. Share that passion, share that authenticity, and you're going to win.
Very interesting. Good stuff. And just one more quick question. Do you think you mentioned, going back, looking at it like you've never seen it before, would it be worthwhile to talk to maybe your employees and say, hey, what drove you to be with us, or what is it that stood out from our company that's different?
Always. So ask that newer team member, and maybe they've only been with you 6 months, and say, what makes us different? Write that down, because what makes your company different to them might be different than what you think it is, and generally it is. And maybe that's something you need to change, or maybe that's something you need to champion, and you're simply not aware of it. So yeah, really important to step out of the business to understand what's happening in the business so you can reflect it to your audience at large.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for all that great information. Clearly the expert, and we always appreciate your input and sharing your info with us. So thank you for that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris.
Great. And thank you all for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe at roofingcontractor.com for content like this and more.